Your debt strategy is basically one giant game of credit card Jenga, and you're just one late payment away from it all collapsing. You've got all this stress and all this anxiety every single month, every time those bills come, figuring out when each one is due, when you're paying this one, when you're paying that one, and which one is minimum payments and which ones you can afford to pay a little bit more. All the while looking at those crazy statements, seeing interest rates in the teens and even the 20% and 25%, and never really seeing that balance dwindle down across all those credit cards. But I've got good news. There's a better way, and it starts with your home equity. I'm Jim Mucci with Treeside Financial, a local Michigan mortgage broker, and I help clients just like you in Michigan every single day strategize and restructure their debts so that they can reduce their overall payments, get down to a single payment that's much more easy to manage, and pay off their debts faster. So if you've got $10,000 or more in credit cards or other debts, and if you're paying 15, 20, 25% interest rates on any debts and you own your home, then you're in the right place. I get it. I've been there. You make your payments every single month. Your balances barely move. You're juggling 5, 6, 7, 8 different bills outside of the normal bills that you have to deal with. Getting hit with late payments, sometimes barely affording the minimum payments, more often than not able to apply additional payments. And then when you do finally get a few months in a row where you're starting to gain a little traction, pay extra, all of a sudden, bam, something else happens. And all of a sudden, you go backwards again. It's horrible. It's a horrible sinking feeling. It feels unproductive, it's stressful, and you just never feel like you can get ahead, and you never really can afford anything. So then you do finally spend money on stuff. You feel guilty taking your family out to dinner. You feel guilty spending money on a vacation or buying a nice gift for your spouse or your children because you know that you should be paying down these debts. It's frustrating, it's stressful, and it's totally exhausting. And I get it. Meanwhile, the home that you own might have 40, 50, 60, maybe even $100,000 in equity just sitting there. It's 2025, and over the last 3 or 4 years, home values have been skyrocketing, as we all know. But instead of putting that equity to work, you're handing your hard-earned money over to banks and credit card companies in the name of fees and high interest. And that just doesn't make any sense. So what if you could roll all of those high interest debts into a much lower payment with lower interest that actually paid off faster and got you out of debt quicker? How would that feel? How much more of your paycheck would you be able to keep every month? That's what using your home equity strategically can do for you. Now, let me bust a few common myths that I hear almost every single day. I don't want to owe another 30, I don't want to start over with another 30-year mortgage. The truth, you don't have to. Many of the homeowners I help, I either put them into a shorter term or the same exact term that they're in right now and still lower their monthly payment. Second one, won't I just owe more in the end? I was told that it doesn't make sense to do this because I'm gonna owe more at the end. Well, that's not true either. Not necessarily. You see, what we try to do is restructure your existing debt without increasing your overall debt load and focusing on reducing your total interest costs. So essentially, we're taking all these different debts that are scattered across all these high interest credit cards or high interest debts and combining them into a single that has a lower interest rate. And therefore, you'll get one smarter, more efficient payment plan with an end in sight, a specific schedule to pay it all off. In fact, I can even show you applying that monthly payment savings can pay everything off even faster. More on that later. Third, I have a really low interest rate on my mortgage right now, and I really don't want to touch that. It's at 2.75 or 3.25 or 3.75. Great, you don't have to touch that. We have other solutions to access your equity in a smart way to still accomplish the same thing of getting all of your high interest debts consolidated into much lower single payment with a lower overall interest rate. And those are in the forms of home equity loans or home equity lines of credit, which still gets you into a one simple payment, which is much more efficient and gives you the ability to manage it easier while being a lower, easier to pay payment and a schedule to pay it off faster. So I help Michigan homeowners look at all three options, determine which one makes the most sense for them, and find the smartest fit for their situation, their budget, and their goals. Keep watching the next video because in this series of videos, I'm going to break down all three options in detail, starting with the very next video right here, going into the refinancing to restructure the debt. So if you're interested in finally getting rid of those high interest debts and creating a plan that can really work, then keep watching. And by the way, if you know that you want to go ahead and skip, you can jump to the following video here that talks about home equity and home equity lines of credit if you know that you have a really low interest rate. In this playlist, I'm breaking down each of the options step by step for you. So whether you're thinking about refinancing, tapping into your home equity via a home equity loan or home equity line of credit, aka HELOC, keep watching and we'll help find the best solution for you. Or if you just want to see what's possible and the smartest fit for each situation, then keep watching. So up next, I'm going to walk you through the refinancing option. I'll go through some specific examples of what it can do. We'll talk about some of the different terms and different options for Michigan homeowners looking to consolidate consolidate debts when it makes sense, and frankly, when it doesn't make sense. Spoiler alert, I think I already mentioned one of the times it doesn't make sense. So if you're tired of playing that credit card Jenga game and you finally want a solution, click on the next video and I'll walk you through the step-by-step, one step at a time, to getting closer to the peace of mind of having a single payment that's a lower payment and can even pay off your debts faster, and finally get out from under that sinking feeling of who do I pay next, when, and all the stress that comes with it. I'm Mucci with Treeside Financial, and we're just getting started. I'll see you in the next video.